Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It's Friday, the day before Valentine's Day. Luckily, Valentine's Day is on a Saturday, so you fucking junkies can have a mind free of the markets to take out your women who probably hate you anyway for talking about fucking markets so much. Joe, I ran into a dude in Miami who we did a podcast with, and I mean, you'll see the podcast at some point in the public. But he's rolling around with his wife and he wouldn't shut up about the stock market, bro. And we were at dinner. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he wouldn't shut the fuck up about the stock market. The whole time I'm sitting, you know me, man. I'm sitting there just fucking with him, bro. I'm fucking with him and I'm, I'm fucking with his wife too. I'm like, yo, this is what you want to listen to in fucking dinner? Say something. Like, let's stop this. Stop the madness. The dude wouldn't shut the fuck up, man. He wouldn't shut the fuck up. Some people are
He was
so
just excited. Have you met with him before?
no. This is the first
Oh,
time I met him. First time I met him. But
got it.
here's the other thing: when you're making big money, and shit's going well, that's all you do want to talk about. You know, that is all you do want to talk about. So, what do you usually do if somebody doesn't shut up about the markets and it's a weekend and you want to just
Uh,
enjoy?
yeah. I mean, it depends on who they are. If they're like one of my boys, I'll just tell them straight up, shut the fuck up. We're not talking about this. But if it's someone I really don't know, uh, you got to do it a little different. You got to be like, all right, just try to change the subject, like talk about something.
All right, guys, we're coming off the backs of a big freaking move down yesterday, where we just sold off on a bunch of the same names. Spy took a freaking dive back to the program that we rallied from last week, so that was around 682 on Spy, and we're still in this range. This wide range, probably 15 points on Spy, maybe even more than that, 20. And then it's like 30 on the queue. So but we just ping back and forth up and down. BTC still holding down 67, 66, somewhere around there. And then you got a bunch of gaps here this morning. But again, we're coming off the backs of some pretty hard selling yesterday. You would imagine here may have some continuation depending on what happens here. CPI came out this morning here. Joe, any comments on the CPI? It's kind of a non-issue.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you kind of got a pop. I mean, on the Qs, for instance, you got like a 100 handle pop, a little bit on ES, and they retraced it within two candles, and then we kind of bounced, and we've got back to the start of that program. I think for most people, after what happened yesterday, they're more so worrying about some of the other stuff bubbling under the surface than some of these numbers. Because today was in line, there wasn't really much of a surprise. People will call it softer, but it was not by much. So not much has really changed. So
Okay.
I think you got most of your move yesterday. We'll see what they do today with regards to a potential bounce, or if that fear in here keeps kind of moving us lower.
Speaking of fear, can we talk a little bit about the VIX here? What are you seeing
Yeah,
on the VIX this morning?
yeah. So obviously yesterday with that big move on the VIX, I was doing a little bit of a VIX decomposition. To no surprise, I know a lot of people kind of chasing puts, much more shorter term, not necessarily longer term stuff. TDEX is something we'll have to pay attention to, and VVIX, we finished up at highs yesterday. We had a big mock sell mixed with some suppressive charm that really kind of pushed us lower. And those values were pretty large. A lot of the guys caught, those lotto tickets end of day.
Yes, those
So
were
that
huge.
was,
By the way, I wish I had a chart. I wish I had a chart.
oh, disgusting.
Um, Let me just explain it though. Basically, like some of the out of the money puts that they went from pennies off the open to $15, $16. They go down to zero almost. Basically a buck, less than a buck, and then at the end, at the last hour, at the last 10 minutes, I should say, went all the way back up to $13, and then some of them just closed at zero, which was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Of course, we saw a lot of put sellers get absolutely rinsed yesterday too, didn't we, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a 900 line that got rinsed. There was a 20 line that got rinsed, 69.20 line that got rinsed. There was an 85 line that got rinsed. So folks who are selling premium in the beginning of the day and they think that shit is gonna just go to zero. If you don't adjust and hedge during the session, I don't know what you're doing here. I don't know what you're doing because that'll only work maybe few times out of many, especially when our ranges get bigger. And of course, we got a much bigger straddle here this morning. The straddle is around 50, so they're already pricing in a big ass move today. Gold and silver here are up after a wild program sell yesterday. What did you think about that freaking? This shit happened in like 2 minutes. The gold was down.
Oh yeah, that was off that Russian news. Funny
Oh,
ass
that's what it
story about
was.
that, Luch. And by the way, Luch, your video is not working anymore. I don't know. It went like you're just blank.
Oh,
There you go. Now it's back.
okay.
Funny ass story about this though. I got a call after the market closed yesterday, and it was from Smitty, and he was like, "Yeah, I had to go to a meeting." He's like, "We were long gold futures." He's like, "I needed to go, like, get a quick shave, take a shower." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I get it." He goes, "Yeah." Then all of a sudden, like 10 minutes into me, and I'm halfway through my shave, he goes, "I start getting these alerts on my phone that gold's dumping." And he goes, and I go and I look. Next thing you know, gold's down 100 handles. We're getting blown out of our position. He goes, and I'm in a fucking towel with half my face shaved. And I'm just like, dude, that's rough. He's like, what the fuck? And he had asked me, he's like, what even happened during that time? I was like, yeah, you got that some Russian news and just kind of blew you out. And it was fast. I mean, they dumped 100 handles in less than 5 minutes.
Speaking of other names that dumped like crazy, did you see these trucking names yesterday that everybody's talking about here? Apparently, the AI fear trade, so to speak, is just moving faster than the actual tech, and it's just creating a lot of fears, and it's just creating moves. I don't know. I don't know. It's just creating this reallocation kind of thing. If you look at CHRW, the stock was trading at $200. It was a fucking darling here for a year chart. The thing went from 90 to 200, and then in one fell swoop dropped 50 points off an AI scare fear trade. Um, Interesting how they're just kind of rolling into different sectors here. Coin is up here this morning. I think it had earnings last night, and remember this stock's been getting shit housed. I wouldn't buy it, but it is an interesting bounce, and maybe you can get a fat bounce off here. Robinhood also out of favor. This thing went down fast. Again, was another darling, and then came off fast. PLTR, I think, is another one that has a lot more to come back to. Burry actually posted a tweet saying this shit's going to 50. But he just writes now. He doesn't trade. And then other than that, here, guys, it's Zeroday, and who cares what happens yesterday? No bias into today. We could rally, we could dump. Remember, SPY tried to get back to about 686 yesterday off and that was actually into the afternoon too. So they stung everybody short, and then they gave everybody the lotto tickets at the end of the day. So 685, 686 is an area that's probably interesting. MU and SanDisk have some interesting pre-market activity off the CPI. And other than that, man, oil has been, the oil names, specifically CVX and XOM, these are where most of the money is going to, as well as Walmart and names like that. Joe, any other names here that they're kind of hiding in? Costco was another one. Eli Lilly.
Yeah, they're rotating into the consumer staples. So you're getting more of the defensive names. XLP has been on an absolute tear since the beginning of January, just straight up.
Is that healthcare? Oh no, the consumer staples.
Yeah, consumer staples. So those are more of the defensive names that people go into when they need to rotate out of more of the risk heavy areas. So that's your Walmarts, your Costco's, your Procter and Gamble's, a Coca-Cola, a Mondelez, Pepsi, all of that. So
got it.
There was another. I think they went into Verizon and T-Mobile too. Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T have been ripping.
Look at that. Did you? Those banks yesterday were pretty ugly.
Yeah.
JPM,
Well,
America.
Those banks gave us another kind of leg down, or kind of more of a fake out. What happened end of day yesterday? because once we started bouncing, they had a little bit of a bid to try to bid the banks back up, and as soon as they couldn't, all of
Yeah.
that charm and everything else just sunk us, and we didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Anybody sitting on the book already here for
Yeah.
the, you know?
Yes. So there's one super clear, defined line in the sand. It is not close to spot, but if they do keep the selling today, there's one big level at 67.50. There's 20,000 sold contracts there. 21
20,000 sold contracts at
sold puts.
67.50.
Yeah, so that'll create a really big positive gamma level, which I can show. But that is it. That's a massive level. So it's a ways away. Obviously, is just something
Right.
to note if we do get some selling. Given yesterday, the straddle was severely underpriced, given that move that we had, and we are still very much in an environment that is volatility driven with the VIX and all of the positioning that has to come off next Wednesday during VIX Expo. So that's where I will be kind of focusing. The market itself has moved into what they call negative gamma, but because it's so light still, zero DT positioning will kind of shape the map. So we'll have to wait and see where some of these other positions kind of set up and go. But nothing crazy on the books. Get some most of the stuff has been sitting here. You have a lot of shit way up at 69.50, which we're nowhere near as well. So we'll see what they layer into as the day goes on. Because those put spread sellers got smoked yesterday.
No, they really did, man. They really did. And considering the CPI didn't really do much to save anything, we'll see what the rotation is today. And again, it is 0 day. We don't give a shit. We wait for the emotion. And guys, with this wider range, though, our signals, just FYI here, they tend to get even more emotional. So they work really well in tighter ranges. When we really just kind of chopping back and forth, so to speak. But in wider ranges where stuff is just generally more, more volatile, and with the VIX up over 20, there's a lot of emotion. 100% there's a lot of emotion. However, you got to kind of wait. Once you get a signal, you got to kind of wait, watch it, take a look at the VIX, take a look at your internals, take a look at what's going on. One very interesting thing that's happened in the past 2 days, Joe, is that off the open, we've had a massive change in internals right off the open, more or less. So the last 2 days, we've opened super positive on internals and then completely retraced and went negative.
Yep.
And of
Back to
course,
back days.
back-to-back days, and of course, the tech names are where most of the changes have happened. Yesterday was the first day that we've had an extreme amount of selling on the internals, where most names were just fucking down and continuing to go lower. So that also pulled us lower, and that also gave us a sign that, hey, let's not try to fucking bounce this. I was yelling in the chat room all day yesterday, don't try to fucking bounce this. Don't try to bounce this. When that bounce trade worked every single day prior, so you have to know when to pull off a certain bias. And the quicker you can shed that bias, the quicker you can hedge, the quicker you can stick and move, the quicker you can flip. A lot of possibilities do open up.
Luch, can you turn off your camera?
Turn it off? Why?
Yeah, you're frozen.
What is going on with this thing?
Keep freezing.
I don't know why.
Now you're back, but it freezes. It's all good.
Okay. All right. I think, that. And does it pop up now?
It's okay for now. See if it freezes again. I'll let you know. If it does, then you could just leave it off. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. If it does, we'll just leave it off. Yeah, I see everybody saying there's some issues with it. Anyways, so again,
a little bit more sell.
Yeah, I see that. At 0 day, again, we just wait for our emotional signs, right? Basically, I'm watching premiums. I'm watching a lot of SPX premiums to see what side is skewed. By the way, the last couple of days, the put skew has been double, almost triple what the call skew has been. So the easy money, in my opinion, is to just sell calls here in an environment like this, because they're already cheap as fuck anyway, and they just keep going down for the rest of the, for the most of the session, which I might do off the open. We'll see. Um, but the put skew is huge. So but what is it? What do I mean by that? That means that if you go 50 points out of the money on the call side, they are significantly cheaper than 50 points out of the money on the put side. Significantly. Okay. So that kind of tells us a good bit. Apple here with a little bit of a bounce. By the way, Apple had a 5% move down yesterday, which negates the whole move up that she had last week. Pretty fucking comical. And I think in general, everybody's just getting ready for an ugly, ugly sell off here. But we'll see. They've already been pulling names down. The Metas, the Microsofts of the world. There's all this kind of stuff. They're still hiding in a couple of names, though. Nvidia, I'm so surprised at how well they're hiding in it. This thing should be at freaking 140 by now. That trade is coming. Oh, that trade is coming. But they'll make you. You'll probably die before you get it. Let's take a look at BTC here. We got 7 minutes to the open. Any questions that you guys have about Zeroday, let us know. BTC is trading 67.2 here. 67.2.
Some levels to pay attention to today. Just from a larger gamma picture, not necessarily zero DTEs yet, but just larger levels. 600 on the Qs, which is where we're going to open, is still your QQQ put wall. And a bunch of gamma sits there just in totality. So that's something to watch to see if we, go below that or not. From SPY's perspective, you have another 6-7 handles down before you could get to the actual longer term put wall, which is at 675. And then obviously 6,800 big level on SPX to see what they do there. That kind of being our put wall. Below that, it's 6,750. And then obviously watch the VIX. VIX going to be a very, very, very important because we are firmly into steep negative gamma on the VIX, which is causing all sorts of havoc, especially up here.
There you go. There you go.
We're going to open a little bit lower. Basically, we're going to open right at the low of yesterday.
Right.
Or we got that little bounce at the close.
While we wait here for the open, has anybody tried to vibe code a prediction market bot? Has anybody tried to?
They have those already, but
yeah, but like a real badass one that actually makes money. Anybody that trades weather in San Francisco on a fucking Tuesday night? Yes, no.
The R bots were pretty cool for a while until everybody got wise and started doing it. But the finding ARB between both markets, between Kalshi and Poly market.
There was an ARB.
You're guaranteed you couldn't lose doing that. You'd get your little 1-2% of any trade and move on.
Yep. Those fucking HFT guys, man. All they gotta do is adapt their shit to new markets, man.
Some more interesting insider talk from some of the bigger players that I've been seeing from some of my, bigger friends that like to give information. Getting a lot of people talking about AI again, and if any of the names that they're long could have any type of negative headline with AI, and if there's any potential for it, they're just selling it, which is not going to help. But that's kind of the current theme, I guess, with some of the bigger players in the space getting fearful of the AI trade still being a little bit overcooked, and any name that could be AI related, them selling off, especially after you saw names like Unity, Take-Two, and some of those others that got clobbered off a dumb AI headline.
Yeah. Speaking of Take-Two, is that Grand Theft Auto ever going to come out?
It is end of year.
Really?
If they don't delay it, I'm okay if they delay it. They have to get it right, but I think it comes out in November. A couple days before my birthday, I believe.
Wouldn't this be the spot to buy Take-Two then? Huh. I mean, this thing got fucking punished, man. Wow.
Yeah, they murdered it off the AI.
Yeah.
That and Unity got clobbered.
Oh, this Citigroup, bro, looks like a fucking massive short.
Exactly, Simon. That's why I'm a-okay with them taking as much time as they need, because Cyberpunk, that when you rush people, man, your game just instantly gets destroyed, and there's no coming back from it.
Anthony Brown talking about a flat open. I wouldn't, again, don't create any bias to anything that's happening in the pre-market. That is my top recommendation. What some lady from Goldman here resigned because of the Epstein files? What the hell was that all about?
I did
I mean,
not see that.
All right, we got a minute to the open here. First thing we're going to take a look at is our internals here and see where they opened up at. They should probably open at middle of the road here down, obviously on the 80 DQs. Keep it tight, folks. Keep it tight. Wait.
There's
And
always
watch.
initiate your 0DT trades as shorts. No. Why would we only trade one side?
No.
Trade both sides. Some people sell premium, some people get long, some people trade the futures.
Damn, I look kind of ashy in my video, man.
It's just the lighting and the camera quality.
Like I lost my color or something, man. Shit.
You haven't been in PR.
Yo, what the fuck is going on here? All right, here we go. We are open. Internals here plus 1,000 on the 80 DQ and plus 600 on the 80D. Watch for the same thing that's been happening the last couple of days. Remember, keep an eye on the IWM. They still haven't shithoused the IWM, in my opinion. You're still getting 261 on this, which is absolutely insane to me. Meta down 7. Take a look at the S&DK and all this kind of stuff. Google down another 3. Programs off the open here usually are just to shock and awe. Does anybody own MSTR here? Like long term? Serious question. Serious question.
All right, pretty muted so far on off the open program wise.
All right, now
small buy program here in industrials, healthcare, and IWM. Maybe IWM's the name to watch. Let's see.
all right, let's take a look at these premiums here, guys. 68.37 is what we're trading at. Let's take a look at what these 6800s are going for. They're probably fucking an arm and a leg here. $12, yo. 12 bones. So 40 handles out. 40 handles out on the put side is $13 fucking dollars, man. That shit is expensive. And it's Friday. 6,900 calls are going for $6, guys. Holy shit. Holy shit. Do we have any news intraday, Joe?
I don't think so. Or at least nothing important. Let me check. No, nothing important.
Yo.
Unless you care about Baker Hughes oil rig counts.
Man, no. 60 handles out, Joe, on the upside is $6. I'm over here thinking these things were going to be $2 here. Just sell them off the open. Nope. Guys, I ain't doing shit here. I'm just gonna sit here and watch.
You're frozen again, Luch.
All right, let's just dump the camera then.
Yeah.
Um, wow, these premiums are fucking expensive, guys. By the way, for the premium sellers who like to sell for zero, holy shit, hold on. Check out Goldman. Check out Goldman. This one looks bad. Banks here look fucking
Another
bad.
pretty big passive seller up here between 24,785 and 24,800 on NQ. Just dumped two big market orders there. See if
Huh.
they can overwhelm them or not. This happened yesterday too, towards the end of the day when people thought we were going to get that pop. You had a guy just sitting there passively selling on every touch.
Huh.
Flow pretty muted already. Programs are completely dead. 600 on the Qs is kind of what I'm watching for any type of signs of potential direction until we get some stars here.
Guys, they are destroying these fucking banks here. Where's that APP flat here on Apple? Apple's another name that just,
Yeah, another market sell order here on the Qs.
markets. So
Even with this elevated straddle, I mean, we'll wait and see, but it also wouldn't be that surprising if they just digest everything again and we get a lot of premium burn. So let's see.
Yep. By the way, we don't know, no bias. Let's see what we got. So far, that's CPI news. You can see we haven't come off it at all here. Jacob, thanks for the advice. I got another camera, but we'll pull that up on the next live
It's
stream.
not going to sleep. It's just that camera.
Well, it's the laptop camera is the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, look, your laptop's probably the same problem Smitty has. Your
Which
laptop
is
probably can't handle your trading platform and camera on at the same time. It gets bottlenecked.
oh
That's
yeah, oh
Smitty's
yeah.
issue. Your CPU bottlenecks.
It's all fucking bandwidth. Hence why you need a SanDisk or a Micron.
Yo, I can sell you some memory right here. There you go.
I don't think I
First
can.
person that wants $450 can have it. 450 is the price. Yes,
Right.
Smith, I am. I'm gonna sell this and that fucking Rolex as soon as I'm not being lazy. And yes, guys, market is closed Monday, so just be aware of that. Overall, pretty muted action still. It's pretty slow.
That's what we saw yesterday off the open, and then we started
Yeah.
a fucking 10, 100 handle dump. So
Just gotta be patient.
yeah, just wait. Just wait. As far as the ADDs, that's pretty much all I'm watching right now. They're holding up for now, but we'll see. We shall see. Goldman Sachs continues to slide. Banks continue to slide here. Citigroup, Wells Fargo. It's a pretty ugly tape here. APP continues to slide. Coin here was up about 12 here, gave some of it back. This looks weak to me. VIX here holding.
Refresh low here on SPX.
SNDK now down 30. Goldman down 23 here. This thing, I think, is going to fucking $800. Again, we like to wait for extreme signals. Also, with the inflated IV, meaning how expensive these options are. By the way, these 6800s are now trading $20. You know what I'm saying? $20 on the 6800s. So that's pricing us in already to go to 67, 80 by the end of the fucking day. So these premiums are gassed up, man. And
Yeah,
you look at these calls
VVIX.
here, they're super expensive still.
Yeah, VVIX up 1% already today. TDEX kind of holding flat. The fact that they haven't come off on any vol is interesting. We'll have to wait and kind of see what else they do. I think it's the home, look at home builders again. Let's see, Nail.
Oh wow! So they're buying these. Look at that.
Lennar. I think T-Mobile is still looking good.
Why the fuck would you buy home builders? Just don't get it. So here's the thing: if you play the long puts or long calls, because the IV is so juiced, you're gonna need 10 handles to even make anything here. So keep that in mind here. I'm watching the premiums on these 6800s. They're going for 22 now. Oof,
Yeah.
23.
All right, here we go. A little bit of action. Gotta go check. I've rolled those couple of those runners I had left, Luch, on those swing puts to some lotto tickets.
Okay.
Only got a handful left. They were so deep in the money at one point that I was getting fucking 30 points, 30-cent spreads on zero DTEs on SPY and Qs.
Jesus.
All right, here's looks like we're gonna get a free fall. Our first kind of signal popping here as well. Potential move into 6,800, which is what we're looking for. Oh yeah, broad sell program here. Big sell in the semi complex again. Nvidia getting hit. Energy names getting a little bit of some selling as well. Then you're getting us a bid, obviously, in vol. Got our first potential signal. I think a lot of people are a little nervous though, given after how yesterday looked.
Yeah, and look at the VIX. Look at the VIX here.
We just took out the pre-market low here on NQ as well.
Yep.
For me personally, I'd rather see a touch of 6,800 before any type of bounce trade. But
Oh yeah, this is ugly. Mean reversion here because we have such a freaking wide range here, guys. It's a little bit more dangerous.
yeah, just remember too, if we can't hold 6,800, there's basically nothing really in the way till 6,750, and that is a fat level.
Guys, you want to pick some names and be short. They're fucking killing Meta. They're killing so much shit here.
Yeah, these lotto puts are fucking running right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're up $2 already.
You're going to continue to see that.
Call 911 is someone let Tex know that the audio is okay, please, while I look at some of this. Call 911. The gamma again is the regime shift is negative, but from a 0 day positioning perspective, as a push outs on the profile, we're in lightly neutral to lightly positive still here. Um, Not much on the profile until you get to 6750. If we break 6800 for now, but we are in a negative charm area though when it comes to some selling. So we'll have to wait and see
Oh yeah.
what other positions get layered into. But 6750 is very much your big level to pay attention to if we get below 6800.
Anybody who's quick enough to add here on that, take it off. Take it off.
There's your
Take,
bounce on 6800.
take that shit off. All these rallies here for me, especially the faster that they go and the higher they go. Look at that, man. That's a 20 handle rally here from the lows. And we're still weak as fuck. If you look at these, you might be able to get some really nice reshort entries. That was sick right there. I don't know who caught that one, but that was fucking sick right there. I didn't see that one coming. On how fat these bounces are. I like the reshort up here on
Yeah, see if we can get
something.
to that VWAP or 600 on the Qs, and I'm gonna shoot a reshort for sure.
Monster save right there. Monster save. Look at the VIX. It came off that whole shit. Let me take a look at these 6800s. They're back down to about $20. 6900s are going for about $4. Oh man, anybody who shorted the hole right there is fucking in
They're
pain.
already just moving this pretty fast.
In pain.
Definitely trappy.
As you said, VIX is in a negative gamma territory, so that means your VIX moves are just going to be freaking all over the place.
That is correct.
Yo! Okay. Back on hands. Back on hands. That was a fat mean reversion right there. I think the fear kind of caught me. So now, folks, be careful on the short side. As I'm looking at these 6800s, man, this option is now $16. So they trapped it. Look at this option, man. I gotta throw it out here.
Damn, that was a nasty bounce.
Nasty bounce. Like you guys got to see this. Look at this, and Joe, if you can show it to everybody. VIX had a program up, sold the whole thing. You got a star up here now, but you got to be careful
Oh,
because they just trampled everybody. Yo, this is gonna work up here though at some point. All right, I took a little bit of a short up here. SPX is small short. I'm gonna add higher though. Because now the calls are starting to run. 6900s are going back up to like $6 here. Whew.
that
Hello, baby.
was gnarly.
That was gnarly. And another thing is these ADDs held up pretty well. These ADDs held up pretty fucking well. I'm gonna get out of this small loss. But I don't hate it. But I think they could squeeze folks a good amount.
That was a 220-point bounce on NQ.
Yeah, bro. All right, I'm gonna hop back in. All right, there we go. This one might take a little bit. All right, I'm gonna limit out. See if I can catch a small gain here. But this looks now you just trapped a whole bunch of shorts here, man. And they're gonna run for cover. They're gonna run for cover here if we keep going. I'm really watching the put premiums here, especially those 6800s. They're down to 13 now, by the way. Very impressive. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sweep candle here. I'm going to flip here. Got to flip sides. But let me just sit in cash here for a little bit and just watch.
That was gnarly.
Yeah, bro.
I
Yeah, bro.
didn't
Good.
get nearly enough of that. Jesus.
It's a good trap. It's a good trap. That is a good trap. So now let's see, guys. Let's see if they don't press down anymore, and you don't get that squeeze in VIX, you might just get a nice build back up to those areas from yesterday. 685 on SPY, 686. But who knows? We got no bias here, and we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. You got JPM bid back, banks bid. And here comes your VIX. Let's see what they do. What did crypto do off of that? 67.8, guys. 67.8. Crypto's starting to move. Crypto's starting to move. Crypto's starting to move. All right, there you go, folks. We finally got your pull. Anybody who's short, I'd take some off for sure and then hold the runner if he didn't get squeezed on that last candle up. Here she comes, and there's the rest of it. Take that off. Take that off if you guys got short there. Again, these signals, they're going to stretch. Here comes VIX again. VIX is moving in a friggin' very, very negative gamma way, in the sense that
That it is.
we're moving a lot. So this is great for scalping. Now, if you don't have the speed to get entries and you're one click in and out, do not try to fuck with this. Do not try to fuck with this. Let this all chill out.
This is amazing.
But this is why the premiums are so much right now. Look at this VIX. Look at this VIX picture. We just ripped. Jesus. That's going to come. I bet that's going to come right back off at some point. And then you get another fucking rocket higher. That 6,800 puts back up to $20. No, thank you. I am going to chill. And by the way, with this volatile environment, there's still enough pressure, to push down a certain name here. So look at SNDK, for example. You might get individual stuff that just has program selling that you can take advantage of. It might be an Apple. It might be any of this stuff.
I mean, it's horrible to who? To you, Takutsai? It's horrible. This is great for zero DTE trading. Does it make any sense? No. Does it have to? We don't give a fuck. Like, at all. From a scalping perspective, this is the type of speed that you want for 100%.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's hysterical to me too, but this is negative VIX gamma doing its thing.
This SNDK, you can see they're coming off this name, Micron, look at this Micron down 20. So you're getting a rotation here. Yeah. Scalp it. Scalp it. Scalp the momentum. Keep an eye on the VIX. You know what's interesting to me? VIX printed a new high and market didn't print a new low. So I got my eyes peeled on these 6,800 premiums just to kind of get a read on ranges in general. The 6,900s too, despite the fact that we haven't gone anywhere, they're still holding up in premium. And if you look at our ADDQ and our ADD has come off, but the ADDQ is actually holding, which is fucking surprising.
Just so much continuation on all these moves. It's crazy.
Yep. Yes, sir.
That's okay too, invest wise, right? If the speed for you is not what you enjoy or like, this is when you're better off sizing down. Just size down to something really small.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're gonna get to a point though where you look at this volatility and instead of being scared of it, you get excited because it means that you're gonna get paid in 30 seconds if you're patient and get the right entries.
Right. Or invest wise, just wait till 2 o'clock. Wait till 2 o'clock. Stuff's going to be way slower, and you'll be able to make your $500 on the day or $1,000 on the day. Why? Because we've already watched all the action. You've already watched all the action. You've already kind of seen it. You've already seen the emotion play out. So just wait. Just wait. It's a wider range here. We got super juiced fucking IV. And I bet this straddle hasn't even fucking moved here, man. I bet this straddle hasn't even moved. Let's take a look at what it is. 68, 25, 30 plus. Yeah, it's 60. It's fucking 60 handles, guys. You have a 60 handle straddle. So anybody who's desperate here to get into something, just fucking relax. It's a 60 handle straddle. You're going to have moves all fucking day. Relax.
Relax, he says. Relax.
Enjoy the sounds of the birds. Again, they dumped the premium on the 6,800s here. You should be able to get you should probably get a red star here pretty fucking soon. I like shorting this up here somewhere. I'm not going to do it though. I'm just going to sit here and watch. My trade shall come. Yep. Smith made his money for the day already with the red star. It's good to go. Smith, we'll see you later, bro. Attaboy. Attaboy.
Yeah, stars have been on point so far this morning. Both of them. That one into the major put wall was super clean. 45 handle rip, which is gnarly. That is disgusting. But at least you guys are seeing like this volatility market kind of continue to play itself out. This is all VIX driven right now.
Yeah.
See the swings on it.
Yeah. It's literally. These fucking 6,800s just spiked to 23 from 15. Oh, this shit is nasty right now, bro. This shit is nasty. Again, these ADDQs somehow are holding higher, which I find very, very interesting. +4 on the fat man, and you got your VIX basically at the highs. Let's see if they break this down here. or just rocket this back up. I'm not going to do it, but I'd go long somewhere down here once they flush this out. And just keep playing the spike up and down. They got a 20 handle range here. And here you go. See if it gets you to the half. All right. Let me sneak a look at crypto again. See what's going on. 67.6. A small pullback from that spike up. Apple just sitting at the lows. You got these banks coming back a little bit, but doesn't feel like much. Anybody who swing puts, man, just fucking hold them. Fucking hold them.
Yeah.
Just fucking hold them. Let's take a look at Nvidia. Remember, she's 182 and change. So they're finally selling this Nvidia today. So notice they're going to a couple different names to sell today. It's a semiconductor complex. Let's take a look at that. AMD, not so much. What else am I missing? That TSM, which has been on a fucking godly run. Motherfucking godly run.
Yeah, still looks kind of weak. VVIX just can't come off.
Oh, there it is. If anybody's in that long, you take that off.
These moves are so fast.
So fast, bro. They're so
So
fast. You
quick.
can't even get your price. Guys, again, futures is better in a market like this to trade the futures. That way you don't have to deal with the options premium volatility. You don't have to deal with none of that. I would recommend highly trading the futures. On a market like this, recommend highly trading the futures. I'm not gonna mess around with this yet because these premiums are fucking wacky, man. You send a market order in this. Pew.
Yeah, your fill's gonna get destroyed.
Pew. So unless you're right, shit. Yes, remember, we got zero DTEs across the board. Anybody who's long here, take this shit off. Take this shit off if you got the long from the low. Take it off and rinse and repeat and wait for the short on the top side. MSTR, whatever. Business here. Hey, Lucci, what do you think of footprints and TPO charts for NQ? Joe, what do you think of footprints and TPO charts?
I mean, I use them for ES and NQ. ES probably a little bit more clean from an action perspective, but I use it in conjunction with all the stuff we do here, gamma levels and whatnot. And that's your auction theory, so it's great. But no, they don't give a fuck about your levels when you get like certain regimes, right? You get these regime shifts, and it doesn't even matter what the ES charts say at all. They'll just blow through everything. But other than that, there is a lot of value in that type of stuff for sure. For if you're trading futures, it's basically tape.
Guys, last 2 days, 880Qs completely flopped and went lower. Today, they fucking held, man. Call me crazy, but I think we're going to have some insane fucking rally at some point, and these puts are going to go to fucking shit. But again, that's bias. Nobody cares. Timing of that move is going to be fucking hard. Who cares? Just trade the range here. Right now, you got a 20 handle range. So you kind of want to sell the highs of this range, buy the lows here until that stops working, which at some point it will. Remember, you got a fucking 60 straddle out here, man. A 60 straddle is insane. And that's on a Friday? Come on, son. And we got Monday off? Come on, son. And I'm going to be in Sao Paulo? Come on, son. 68 on the BTC. You're getting a rally on the BTC. I can't believe I'm even saying that shit, but you're getting a rally on the BTC. Kind of fucking wild. Wow. $50? That's it? Fuck out of here. All right, NVIDIA back to low of day. Is that what you said? NVIDIA back to low of day? Yeah. Taquetsui. Or am I Brazilian? No, I'm not Brazilian. No. Eu não falo português bom. Bem? Bom? I don't know. I'm learning, bro. Você vai ao carnaval. Spanish I can speak. Portuguese is tough. But yes, I am as fucking Indian as they come, bro. That is 100% true. That is 100% true. All right, here we go, flushing down the lows. Again. I couldn't get that long there. You guys see the range, right? You dumped to 680, 679 and a half, you buy. You rally to 682, you short. For now. For now. For now. How is that shit? We're not doing anything because we're just sitting in this range here. All right. So fucking sit there and chill out. In fact, I'm going to take a bathroom break.
All right. Just kind of looking at a bunch of different things here. Obviously, you're starting to get into a little bit of a range. Zero DT positioning is coming in. It's nothing crazy. It's pretty light in all honesty. From a sizing perspective, we're talking less than 1,000 contracts. So it's not really adding too much sauce to this profile for now. Obviously, you guys have seen what level kind of matters inside 6,800. We're starting to consolidate a bit here. Um, I'm kind of just waiting. From a charm perspective, we are in an area where dealers are over time have to dump some futures into the market, but the values are pretty small until we get to the last 2 hours of the day where they get a little bit larger. But 6,800 first level on the downside, then 6,750 on the upside. You got so much room that they can retrace that from a gamma side, there's not much for me to really give you. But all eyes still on that VIX gamma. Those positions won't change throughout the day. Those will sit there until we get to Wednesday. So for all these large swings that you guys are seeing, up and down, it's still very much VIX driven. Nice potential pop here out of consolidation.
This could get jumpy. Maybe. This is also the area where you do want to take a look at the short. Now, if we fucking break 683, all bets are off, and we're going a lot higher here, folks, because there's going to be a shit ton of people trapped on the short side.
Yeah, something that I am paying attention to still, though, was yesterday at end of day towards those lower levels we had, there was a ton of accumulation on ES. People grabbing like as much contracts as they could, to be honest. So I want to see them kind of do that again today and see if we can get back above those levels where they were accumulating a lot of the contracts after that initial dump, which was basically here at the bottom on SPY, all the way up to like 685 for those that trade SPY. On SPX, the range when they were accumulating was what, 68.76 all the way down to 68.43. So that's kind of where we're bumping our head right now, is the bottom side of that accumulation. And every time we get up here, somebody just throws a fucking market order sell right at the peak.
Yep.
Without fail.
Of course. ADDQ now going higher. These put premiums are coming in, fucking Joe. These put premiums are fucking coming in.
Can you show me a 6750 chart?
I just posted the 60. I just posted the 6800s, if that helps. But let me give me a second, and I'll give you the.
Yeah, no rush. You're good. I want to see the premium on those for that guy that's deeply selling, even though he's probably not doing it for premium collection more so, and it's some floor trade.
Okay, I went ahead and sold the puts. I went ahead and sold the 6,800 puts. I started at around 13. They're down to about 11 right now. My cost is 12 and a half. All right, I got about a 10 lot of these, and I got a wide ass fucking spread because I want the meat on this shit, and I'm going for 50% right here. So I'm selling a shit ton of puts as the VIX kind of slowly comes off here. You can see we broke out of the range on the upside. Let's see what we have to the upside, if there is a continuation here, and we'll see from here. It's obviously not going to be a completely clean trade here. So I do plan on adding if we get some moves lower, which I would love. So I am selling the puts. So I'm betting that we are going higher. All right. And AI guru. I'm talking about selling the 6,800 puts. So that basically means I'm going long. In reality, I should have some long calls too.
Tax, futures are just a vehicle to trade. So it depends on what you are trying to accomplish. Futures is much more tape, which is the market profile stuff, or it's what we're doing in here with the scalping. But we can do like a little for those interested in how futures works, we can always do a little boot camp if there's enough interest from everybody to talk about how they work and the nuances of futures. Wouldn't take long. It's probably an hour conversation, you know.
Guys, I'm still short the puts here. I'm up a good bit. But I need a much higher. And you can see 683 on the top side is kind of holding us down for now. Yeah, remember, this could buckle. This could buckle real quick, you know, and they sell this all off. If that's the case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel off the short put side and leave the long put side, and hopefully that runs enough, and we can make some money back.
Yeah, Bruce, those are closing positions on those 6750s. You started at 20K contracts up there, and now they've dumped about 3,000 or so contracts selling on to kind of cut their position. The rest of the volume is probably the inverse of that. Some people are probably trying to tail this guy selling that premium. But this dude's been on that book for a long time, and it's not a bet that we don't go down there. This dude definitely had size and a spread, or some other type of more advanced trade. The only reason that we care about it is it gives us a fat positive gamma level for a bounce, which that level is not anywhere near in play yet. So,
All right, I added to my short puts a little bit. I don't like this trade now that much. So if we make a fresh low, fresh local low, I'm out. I'm out. But so far it did hold, and I'm still break even on this trade. So, oh, you notice the VIX is just kind of choppy here. So I'm not getting the speed on this one. So this is more of a blah trade. All right, I'm out. I'm going to cover this, take a small loss. Back to the drawing board.
we just kind of bumped our head again where all that accumulation was yesterday on SPY and the Qs and SPX. So,
All right, I let my long side run a little bit, so I'm going to cover that. So I covered back my losses and then some here.
nice morph. Nice adjustment, Luch.
So now, I don't know. Okay, we do have a green star here. I like this because we're still sitting in the same range. However, we collected a bunch of new longs up there. But I do like this for a quick stab. Provided you fast enough. All right, let's pull back up everything here. ADDQs are still strong. They are still strong. You do have a solid green star here. Now you're at VIX consolidation here too, so I don't hate it. I'm long a little bit, some SPY calls, 680s. I'll look to add a little bit lower, small. Just want to stay light here off these things because we're just going to rip back and forth. Same old song and dance. Until we decide to break out of this whole fucking range. Banks here starting to come back in. If you look at that S&D KMU, just kind of chilling. That APP finding some buyers. And crypto, man. Crypto is fucking on fire here, man. BTC hit 68. It almost hit, I think it hit like 68 and a half there. That was a fat move up. Anybody who went long the star there, boom, get out, take out some, and then leave some. Microsoft FTC investigation. Is that right? Is that right? Well, I don't think the stock cares. Or maybe that's what they knew from a while ago. Well, anybody who took that, you should already be out of some on the green star there. You should be already out of some. And now you're just waiting here if you have a runner, you know. Coin running. JPM kind of coming back off. Where's that IWM? IWM looks fine. All right, there's your runner. There's your runner. If you're in that, take that shit off. Take that shit off. Take that shit off. Now you wait for the next one. That's it. Rinse and repeat, guys. Rinse and repeat. These stars are working great. Why? Because we're in this range. You know what I'm saying? We're in this range. And the second we break out of it is the time where you need to chill because you're going to get a lot of stars when we break out of that range. And there's going to be a lot of follow through. So just, for now, Gavin here already made his nut for the day. Now remember, the idea now is you got to keep it. You got to keep it, and you can't be out here just shooting at anything. All right, 6,900 calls, by the way. They've gotten down to about $3. They've gotten down to about $3. Notice VIX is just in the same range as the indexes. Guys, when this breaks, it's going to be fucking sweet. And again, let's keep an eye on the straddle and let's keep an eye on these internals, and that'll give us an idea of where we may break. It's just the fact that these ADDQs are holding and ADD is holding. Does it necessarily mean we go up? No, but could be interesting.
Yeah, we're getting some really even clean scalps just off the VWAPs here on the Qs and SPX.
Exactly.
So as Lucci kind of pointed it out, this is where the stars really shine, right? And it shines even more today because of this reaction we're getting as volatility kind of whips around. So we're getting these very fast moves in each direction. And if you're quick enough on the execution, it's a lot of nickels to be made for sure.
All right, here's another sell. Okay. VIX again trying to shoot. I would buy that again down there. I didn't do it. Well, that's another shot to take. I think everybody's waiting here for guidance here from the indexes. MasterCard and Visa, though. Take a look at MasterCard and Visa. Look at Visa.
Look at how coiled everything is right now. You guys look at VIX coiling. You look at Google, it's all coiled. Microsoft is coiled. Tesla. Meta is that thing is in such a tight range here.
Yeah. There's a couple names that aren't.
We got a move coming.
Check out the credit cards.
Yeah, I haven't looked at Visa. Let's look. Visa, is that V? Oh yeah.
Check out the credit cards. That's where you're getting.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the sectors here. Financials looking weak. Utilities with another nice pump day. Consumer staples kind of sideways. What's energy doing? Energy is sideways. And healthcare up.
Yo, and coin. Pull up coin. This thing's on a run. This thing's on a fucking run. Yeah. Obviously,
I'm gonna be honest. I love that guy. That CEO at Coin. He's one fucking hilarious ass dude. He's the only earnings call that I pay attention to, not because I care about Coin, but just because of what he does, his antics. Such a zoomer. Excuse me. So I'm gonna go show you guys the VIX picture here so you can understand what we're talking about. I'm not doing a good job of it moving, but Lucci, I'm going to show this real quick, okay?
Yeah.
So I'll send a picture for those in the room that are not on the live stream. So if you guys are looking at like this is what we're talking about, why there's so much, this volatility has these deep swings. This is your current gamma picture on the VIX. So you see all of this red is a negative gamma, which means increased volatility. And then if you pay attention to what happens on the indexes, most of the time there is a reaction that has to happen on the indexes as you get this bid and vol, right? And it happens on both sides. Just because we're in this red pocket does not mean we know where it's going to go. It just means that these swings, as you guys have seen, are going to be more violent, and they'll have that effect on the indexes. And you guys can see it with the speed today, right? So this is the same thing we had yesterday. As soon as we kind of got above that 17 line, we got into this negative pocket and just ran. And this will not come off until Wednesday's VIX expiration when the position moves around. Biggest strike to pay attention to, obviously, is 20, and then your kind of flip line down at 17. So this is just, what we're talking about with volatility.
By the way, guys, you're going to get access to all this stuff inside the Zeroday room, all the updates on Gamma here, real time during the day, and some of the best ways that we get. Joe, you want to fix that?
Yeah, 1 second.
Stream here. Some of the best ways to use this stuff is when Joe pulls out, the and the retail side. So oftentimes when we get big moves in the market, and where our GEX level is sitting in a certain level, we'll see huge freaking put sellers, call sellers, that that are just selling a crap load at a very high premium. And oftentimes, those shoot back down to zero. So there's a lot of cool stuff that we get access to, um, that is all yours once you join the Zero Day room. Here comes another pump here. You got another red star. This is probably another great place to take a look for a short position here. But keep this one tight. Keep this one tight. God forbid if we do rage here, you're going to go with, 10 handles up real quick. Okay. Yep. This might be high of day. If we break high of day, look at the VIX coming off here too. This is the move I was looking for before, and we're getting it now. But remember, we're going up and down, up and down, up and down here. So let's see if we hit this. Let's see if we hit these EMAs up here. Careful on this particular star. We're coming out of consolidation. VIX just went to lows. Internals are going higher. Just be careful. Be careful if you short this up here. 605 is the Q wall. Remember, we couldn't break that shit yesterday either. So keep that in mind too. Also, the 6,900 calls are back up to 5.5, FYI.
They do not. They are. Maybe we get a second push here, but they have been struggling to get us back into that big zone from yesterday. Up at 68.55 to 75.
Is that on the top side? Oh, that's on the top side, right? What do we?
Yeah, we're just keep tapping our head on it.
Mm-hmm. And FYI, the straddle now has started to come off. It's around I think it's like 48 right now, Joe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, let me, I'll grab it and grab a chart for you guys here. One sec. Just pop here.
Yeah, I'm short the puts again. AI trade, this is for you. I want you to pay attention to this. This is for you. Hold on. Hold on, AI trade. AI trade, this is for you. Now you see what I'm doing? Now you see? Now you see what I'm doing? These options are worth fucking $6 now, bro.
We're going to tap the 2-day here on the Qs.
This is what I was looking for. I'm going to cover half of my short puts here. This was a very nice fucking trade. I got some size on this shit too. Yeah, baby.
Nice trade, Luch. Straddle's at 48 because I just posted the chart. Nice trade, Luch.
All right, I got a runner left on that.
Nice little fade, small one off of the 2-day here on the Qs.
Guys, coin is on fucking fire. You're going to have a situation now where shorts are kind of like, ugh, should we do this? Should we not?
Tronald Dump 666. What a name. The first 3 ones that you see on this chart was from yesterday. During that time, if you were in the stream, all Lucci kept saying was, do not try to bounce this. Do not try to bounce this. Do not try to bounce this. So the commentary that we provide will help you. And the more time that you're in here looking at all of this, you'll understand which ones are great and which ones you need to kind of sit back on. Yeah, we got 3 of them here. Again, that was not that we were in consolidation, but this is your first breakout of the range. So sometimes you had a little bit more caution on them, or you just got to be more patient. It looks like it's starting to work a little bit off the 2-day, but pretty slow nonetheless. If we get above that like 2-day here at 604, we have SPY and SPX to contend with up at 6870 for some potential areas. And that puts us firmly back into that base that they were building yesterday and at towards the end of day.
Jason, again, you're going to have so many more. Look at what they're doing on the VIX. Do not short this, bro. Do not short this. We're coming out of consolidation. Do not short this. All right? If you do, you have to realize you're going to be you're going to be screwed here. That's why those fucking 6,900 calls were the way they were. Guys, I'm dumping all of my fucking short puts. I'm dumping at 550 from fucking $12, biatch. Let's go.
With size, yeah? You got good size on this one?
With fucking size on that.
All right, I'm looking for a move here into 685 again on the SPY for any potential fades. That was a big level yesterday that we could not sustain and stay over unless they keep running this VIX slower. Again, for as much as we moved on that VIX, you guys hear me say this all the time, there's plenty of VIX to sell if they want to.
Yeah, there's plenty of VIX to sell, and there's tons of people caught short. There's tons of people caught short. Now, look, this short is going to work at some fucking point. At some point, it's going to work. Straddle now down to about 45. So as the VIX comes off, that's what you're seeing. Yo, BTC made a fucking move and a half here, bro. 69,000 she's trading. All right, now if we get another pop on these puts here, I might start selling them again. Guys, if anybody shorted that and you're at break even, you're able to get yourself to break even, take it. The whole game has changed here, okay? VIX comes off. Look at your internals, which we have below. ADDQs are now 1,500. We're at 605, the Q call wall. So, maybe you get some resistance here. But the rally is on here. All right. And by the way, they trapped a fuck ton of people short because of all the hype from yesterday. You know what I mean? You got tons of hype from yesterday. What do you expect to happen? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch my same line, watch my same 6,800 line, wait for a squeeze, and sell them again. You dig? I'll tell you what, though. At some point, I want to come in here and smash some calls, too. All right, but all I want to do right now is wait and watch the freaking plus 20 on the fat man. Watch some of these internals, and then watch this Q wall right here at 605. Notice we went even higher. We went even higher. Who would have thunk it? Keep an eye on the Qs at 605. But by the way, banks here, program bid up. So you're saved there. IWM, look at the IWM, 263. The fucking thing looks fine. We're not even at highs from the rally yesterday, which is 686, somewhere around there. So could we go there? Maybe. Who fucking knows? Keep it tight. Wait for your shots. Joe, I think we're wrapped up here for the public. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll shut this down here again. If you guys want access to what you see here with our stars and the commentary, $49.50 for your first month, $49.50 with code ZD50 over at steamroomtrading.com/zeroday. Come hang out with us. We do this all day, every day. Lucci is on the stream pretty much all day at this point, unless we
Yeah,
get
I'm all day.
slow movers.
Oh yeah.
Slow moving days towards the end. We caught some nice lotto tickets yesterday. Had a good day yesterday with a lot of the shorts that we were playing into. So hop on over, check it out. You guys will see the banner play at the bottom, and we'll catch you on the next live stream next Tuesday.
All right, later, guys. Lawrence, change that fucking profile pic, you herb.